All right, in this video, I'll give you a kind of a thought provoking real life example that has actually happened. Okay. And I want you to give me your thoughts. As on my channel, I share real life incidents, real life moments, and I challenge you to come up with something that will change your life for the better. Okay. Now, consider these examples. I've written it down here. Um, I was driving. I took my wife and my baby for a drive. Okay, yesterday it was raining throughout the day. It was cold. As you can see, I'm wearing this kind of sweater because it's lately been very chill. And when I get up in the morning, I have to have bath with cold water. So it's cold outside, and I'm having bath with cold water, and I'm anemic. So I really shiver. Okay, so after being in the house the whole day, everything being like, wet with water, and there are thunderstorms for the last 2, 3 days and flies and all that, I decided, okay, let's go for a drive. Okay, let's go for a drive together as a family. We very rarely go out. So my wife said, begrudgingly, she said, okay, fine, because anyway, she was bored in the house, dressed up the baby, and we sat on the small scooter and we went out. Obviously, there was rain, it was damp, many areas were flooded. So, first we went to, and this is all true, what I'm sharing with you, this is all true. First, we went to a new DIY store. There is, I don't know if this is a Japanese brand or concept, but in this DIY store, their branding is yellow and black with, like a wrench, tools, a guy standing like a cartoon character, where they sell you tools for cheap. It's more like a dollar store, so to speak. Everything is priced within a range 20 baht, Thai baht, or 50 Thai baht. And these stores are not small. These stores are slightly big. Like if you had to go every aisle, it would take you close to at least like just walking. It would take you maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So I'm not talking about looking at each and every product. I'm talking of just walking down the aisle would take you 20 to 30 minutes. Okay. So we went round and checking, and they have all sorts of things: furniture, fittings, table, chairs, plastics, containers, wires, all the stuff that you'd use day to day. So my wife exclaimed that, oh, now that this shop is here, baby, who is our daughter, 6 year old, she's not going to go to the other 20 baht store. Now, just to explain to you what my wife said, there are these shops, local shops by local Thai people, where they sell items for 20 baht. They buy it for maybe 15 baht and they'll sell it for 5 baht more, or they'll buy it for wholesale, maybe cheaper. And here's the funny thing: almost every store sells the same thing. Okay, all of them sell the same thing. Like, for example, let's say this is a mobile phone holder. This is the original one. It's more than, I think, $20. But pirated versions of this from China and all that will sell like 20 different brands. Even charging cables, there are pirated ones. Okay, it's just OEM. Like China will manufacture large quantities of them, different colors, different plastic, different designs, and slap on whatever brand you want. So all of them kind of sell the same thing. Like they will sell alarm clocks. They will sell, what do you say? Alcohol, this thing for cleaning the table. They'll sell towels. They will sell all these. I've purchased from one of these stores. Okay. But okay, these are originals. These are expensive. But, for my wife and kid to use, like even color pencils. So all of them have the same thing. So you can't differentiate one from another other than maybe you like the person or it's convenient. So before, they were like, from my house, if I were to go straight down the road, there was no other store other than these like five stores that were there, which were known by people. I used to go to two of them, which my daughter likes very much. I even had a YouTube shorts where I showed where my daughter goes. And these people we know for last 5, 6 years. But after their store, one other store came. Then one other store came across the road. Then one other store came. So you understood five stores. But now you have this one mega store which has everything. Now, before this, the only DIY store was a 45-minute drive. I had to drive 45 minutes just to get in. It was in the Tesco shopping mall. Now it's near my house. Now, given the fact that all of them sell the same product, more or less the same, although different brand names, my wife exclaimed that we don't have to go to any of these stores. All of them, what they sell is in the store. I said, yeah. So after checking everything, I asked my wife, is the prices high or low? She said, the prices are surprisingly low for many products because they can bargain. And some it's slightly high because they are high quality. I said, okay. So then I asked my daughter, where do you want to go? Do you want to go to 25? She said, no, I like this store because there are more toys. So this was one example. Okay, let's keep it aside. The second example is after we finished going to the DIY store, it's brand new, opened. There is, you might know if you have been part of my channel, there is a morning market where fruit sellers, meat, fish, vegetable sellers, they have their stall. It's like a kind of like an open warehouse, like an open shed where there are cemented blocks where you can have your items that you want to sell and stand there and deal with customers. Like it's like a stall, stall, and people walk through, crisscross. It's very common in Thailand. So the morning market, everyone goes in the morning. It starts at around maybe 5 or 6 in the morning. People come from at 3 o'clock to start setting up cooking or whatever. And it finishes off by 8 or 9. Then there is the evening market, which is a few blocks away. And the very same sellers sell over there. Okay. Now, in between this, there was no 7-Eleven, there was no Tesco, there was no Big C, there was no convenience store. We are talking about 5 years ago. So after I come out of my house, there was hardly one convenience store, then morning market, then there was nothing empty, then there was the evening market. Today, almost like 10 years, let's say 10 years now, I've been here. After I go out from my house, remember, I told you before, there was only one convenience store. After I come out of my house, there is one 7-Eleven, two 7-Eleven, Big C, Lotus, and then a larger Big C. Then comes the morning market. Okay. Then after that, there was nothing. But now there is a Big C, there is a 7-Eleven, there is a Lotus, and there is local store that is selling all these stuff that they are selling in a convenience store. One. Now, you might say that, business must be growing, maybe more customers. No, this is where you're mistaken. We stay on an island where there are very limited people, limited number of Thai people, and tourists fluctuate up and down. Now, what I didn't tell you is, every time a new store opened, the store which was the least performing closed down, shut down, and they ran out of business. And I have been observing, and I made a video on this, every year there are casualties. Every year there are 4 or 5 old businesses that run out of business. Now, just 7-Eleven itself, let me give you 7-Eleven. Before there was one 7-Eleven, which was across the road, it was small. Then after that, I've written down my notes, so don't mind, I'm looking at. First, it was just near, remember this name, Kai. Kai is one lady. Across the road, she had one 7-Eleven. Okay. But then after that, a very big 7-Eleven opened near the morning market with a nice parking space. So now people didn't want to go to this small 7-Eleven because there was no parking. They went there. They had to park near the road. So even though it was slightly far. Then after that, seeing the business, Lotus and Big C, which are also convenience stores but mini ones, they opened side by side across the road. So now people had in one area a selection of three. So nobody went to this 7-Eleven, which was slightly far. It closed down. Everything was going fine until, remember that lady Kai? Before it was across the road, now it was next to her. They opened a very big 7-Eleven with a nice parking space, exactly like the one in the morning market. So now you didn't have to drive all the way there. You could conveniently get it here, and it became the center point. And it became so popular that people started opening shops around the 7-Eleven. Coffee shop, meat selling shop, barbecue shop. And now, because of this, the other 7-Eleven, the one near the morning market, its sales dried up. I know because I was speaking to the manager. And then, if you thought that was bad enough, the people from the other side, the opposite direction, who used to come to the 7-Eleven, to their shock and horror, similar styled 7-Eleven opened exactly the same space with the big parking. So now you had one, and then you had this place which was suffering, and now you have one, two, and three. So one and three are getting the major share of the business from both the sides of the traffic. This one in the middle is getting nothing. And if it continues this way, they will shut down. Now let's keep the 7-Eleven example aside. I'll give you the final example. I told you, there are many restaurants. There is Italian. Like if I go straight down the road, there's Italian. There is Thai, maybe 10, 15. There is one Indian, Nepali run, which I go to Babu India's Hot. And then there are barbecue stations. Then there is pizzas. Okay, all that is there. Okay, barbecue items, soup. Each restaurant specializes. Okay, we'll give you soup. Another restaurant will give you barbecue. Another restaurant will give you slightly mini buffet. Now, all of them are fighting over their business. Now, to their shock and horror, when I took my wife, a new area is opened, just like like the morning market, where now they're selling their only food items. Okay, pizzas, sandwiches, juice, coffee items. And now, you know what is the shocker? They have a good parking space. And on top of that, they are giving you 20% lower than if you go and dine there. Like before, when I wanted to order a pizza, I had to order a medium sized pizza. The price was not an issue for me, but the problem was wastage. I would spend around, say, 500 baht for a big pizza. They would not have small. So I was forced to buy that. And I would end up eating maybe two or three slices, my wife one slice. We would have four big slices or three big slices, which, you keep in the fridge and then it loses that freshness. Now, instead of that, this area now they're selling a pizza slice, fresh pizza slice for just 50 baht. So I can buy 5 different kinds of pizza slices and enjoy fresh, hot, small slices. Now, I give you these 3 examples. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm trying to tell you. That if you didn't know by now, that there's competition in every nook and corner. You might think that your business is established, nobody can touch you there. And before you know it, one guy opens up one business, same to yours, similar to yours. Another guy opens a business similar to yours with some add ons. And then when you think that's the end of it or no more, you don't need to worry. Another guy opens across the road. You know the number of 7-Elevens, just 7-Eleven stores. Before, like 10 years ago, there was only one, hardly one or two. Now I think there are 15 or 16 or whatever in my area, just my area. And with every new store that comes, you have, like, I can, me as a person, I can go only to one place. I can't go to 10 different places and buy all the 10. Let's say, for example, I want to buy this tissue. I can buy only from one place, right? I'm not going to buy from, you know, I don't need so much. And here's a bigger competition. Before I used to buy from one store, the 20 baht or 30 baht used to be for a big one. My wife found on TikTok where you can buy, instead of 30 baht, she now gets it for 25 baht. You're saving 5 baht. And if you buy bigger quantity, they'll reduce it to 22 baht. So let me conclude by asking you this. Okay? Let's forget about these people who have a business and who are losing their business. Rather, let me ask you this question. Yeah, if you're a businessman, you know competition is there. You can physically see it, you can experience it, you check the revenue every day. And when, if you maintain an Excel sheet every month, week after week after week, month after month, and you can compare last year, this year, and you can have the projections. But now, if you're an employee, you're not aware of who your competition is. If you're an employee, you only focus on your job. You don't see what is the new talent that is coming, who are the new competitors, who are the people who retired who have come back to work, who what are the new salaries. Obviously, you want more salary, you want more income, you want to earn more, you don't want to earn less. But then, where is your ceiling? And let's say you're already earning a salary that is the maximum. Are you mentally prepared that if you were to lose your job, you're only going to go downhill? Or have you tried applying for other jobs in the market to see what is the response? Because I can tell you, challenge you this openly. If you were to apply for jobs outside, you'll be shocked. I'm serious. Try it. My open challenge to you. Try it. Apply for jobs, and very soon, after maybe a week or a month, you'll say, just forget it, man. You know why? Because there is no response, or they'll not offer you the salary that they promise. And here's one thing. If you say, oh, I got plenty of job offers, ask them in writing to give it to you in writing on their company letterhead with an email, with a stamp and signature. They'll not do that. Because talking is one thing, doing is different. So through this video, I just want to say just one simple reality. If you are aware of your competition and you physically know the amounts, the numbers, the people, the figures, if you are aware of all this and you are constantly taking that data and working on it, not just, oh, this competition, what to do here? Oh, so many grads, what to do here? Oh, they're not paying me. No, if you're working on it, you will survive in the long term. And that is something I have to face every single day. Every single day's revenue, I calculate. Every single week's revenue. 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 1 year ago, Excel sheet, compare. And you have to keep yourself abreast. Otherwise, if you're in your comfort zone and you think, there's no competition. Kalivali will worry about it when it happens. The day it happens, no, you'll be in for a very rude shock, and then it'll be impossible for you to get out of it. Anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you because this is what I coach my students, clients. But I'll tell you, be very afraid of not just competition, of the fact that very soon you'll be redundant, or the demand that you once had will no longer exist, because we are living in a very fast paced changing time. The dynamics are just incredible. So if you're in the same job, same position for a very long time, be very careful, my friend. Very careful. Every 3 years, you need to change and seek new job opportunities as an employee. But if you're your own personal brand, that's different. Your own personal business, okay, that's different. But as an employee, evolve or die. Good, bad, ugly, feel free. Comment down below. This is me signing off. You guys take care.